So here we are going to discuss the difference between conduction and convection. Both are the modes of heat transfer, but there are some difference between these two heat transfer modes. First, as per the definition, the conduction is a heat transfer due to molecular vibration or motion of free electrons in case of solids, whereas in case of fluids, it is due to molecular collision or diffusion. As far as the convection is concerned, it is the combination of conduction and bulk fluid motion. Here, it is must to be remembered that the microscopic fluid motion takes place every time. But here, the focus is on bulk fluid motion, which is visible by the naked eyes, and that's why it is called as macroscopic fluid motion. To understand the effect of this macroscopic bulk fluid motion, consider the following example. Suppose we have two similar containers having similar fluid. The difference between these two containers is that in container 1, the upper surface is hotter surface, let the temperature is 100 degrees Celsius, whereas the bottom surface is colder surface, let the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Whereas in case of second container, the upper surface is colder surface, whereas the bottom surface is hot surface at temperature 100 degrees Celsius. As we know that the fluid particles which are closer to hotter surface will have higher temperature, thus they will be lighter in weight, whereas the particles which are closer to cold surface will have lower temperature, so they will be heavier in weight. So in case of container 1, the heavier fluid particles are in upper half of the container, whereas the bottom portion is filled with heavier particles. But in case of container 2, the heavy particles are in upper portion of the container, whereas the lighter particles are in bottom portion. So obviously in case of container 1, there will be no macroscopic fluid motion because lighter particles are on upper side and heavy particles are at the bottom side. But in case of container 2, because cold fluid particles which are heavy are in upper sides, so they cannot remain here. So they will try to move to the bottom of the container. At the same times, the hotter particles which are lighter in weight will move upward. So obviously there will be some fluid motion which will be visible by the naked eyes. This motion is called as macroscopic motion. So here in container 2, the mode of heat transfer involves the macroscopic fluid motion. So mode of heat transfer will be convection. Whereas in case of first container, in which no fluid motion is there, the mode of heat transfer is conduction. So if you found this information useful, please do subscribe the channel.